Tesla stock up due to crowds at China stores. January 10, 2023. As they say, Tesla is continuing to pull out all the stops to sell more cars. Especially in China, the EV brand offered several discounts and incentives on new cars recently and eventually began offering some deals in the US as well. Reports suggest that the rise in store traffic in China has caused the company's stock to head north. Though other reports claim the crowds are actually there to protest. Tesla's Giga Shanghai is cranking out cars after recent upgrades at the factory. And it seems the electric automaker aims to sell every last one of them as quickly as possible. Not long after Tesla announced another significant price cut to the Model 3 and Model Y in China. The company's stock reportedly tanked. However, shortly thereafter, people were seen crowding local Tesla stores, which allegedly caused the stock to turn positive. Videos similar to the above started to circulate on social media, and people were wondering if the crowds outside the Tesla stores in China were there to take advantage of the price cuts or to protest. Some folks claimed a combination of both situations appeared to be underway. According to a recent article by Electrek, it seems the flocks of folks at the Tesla stores in China were primarily there to protest, not to buy. While the price cuts are positive for people hoping to buy a Tesla, there are certainly negatives that come with it. As Tesla lowers prices, it suggests that demand is falling, reduces resale values, and will lead to lower margins and less profit. These are the type of concerns that push the stock down, and it has already fallen substantially over the past few months. Electrek notes that groups of people in China who recently bought a Tesla actually announced on Weibo that they were organizing protests at Tesla stores. The videos shared on social media reportedly came from those groups of protesters. If you recently bought a car and then it becomes available for a much lower price, not only might you be jealous and want a discount, but the value of your new car immediately drops. In the midst of all of this, Tesla has continued to say that it doesn't have a demand problem. It also maintained for years that its pricing is consistent and it doesn't offer discounts. More recently, Tesla fired back at media reports claiming it would be limiting production and shutting down the factory in Shanghai for a time. Despite its beef with the media, Tesla did limit production at the factory at the end of the year and it did shut down briefly. In what appears to be an attempt to pacify protesters, Tesla China Vice President Grace Tao came forward with a statement claiming that the price drops in China are thanks to engineering innovations. Once again, Tesla is saying there is no issue with demand and it's not lowering prices to lure buyers. But rather, improvements have been made and costs are down, allowing Tesla to drop prices. It will be interesting to continue to watch this all unfold for Tesla in China and across the globe. What do you think? Is Tesla trying to hide a demand issue? Is it really giving back to buyers thanks to innovations and cost reduction? Let us know in the comment section below. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at InsideEVS.com. My take with Tesla's margins being so high, they can drop prices anytime they wish to. How 6G technology could impact the autonomous vehicle industry. January 10, 2023. German multinational Bosch is developing 6G connectivity technology to fit it into autonomous cars in the coming years. The first phases will start in closed environments, such as factories or restricted spaces. German technology giant Bosch is already working on the level of 6G connectivity for cars. This is being developed through a project called 6G ICAS for Mobility, financed with public funds, which basically seeks to establish a closer connection between vehicles and the so-called Internet of Things. IoT. IoT is a network of objects, machines, and people that communicate through an interface to exchange data and carry out specific tasks. 6G, which can offer speeds up to 1 terabit per second, could play a key role in enabling cars to interact with the environment and other vehicles. This technology is expected, in this case, to allow cars to communicate with each other, to receive real-time information about the environment in which they circulate, as well as to locate and detect objects in the environment. This will enable a more efficient and safe driving experience, by alerting drivers to possible risks and improving the accuracy of traffic information. In the context of 6G ICAS for mobility, Bosch is currently researching the technology in an industrial environment, and continues to expand the project. This new expanded network will allow fully autonomous circulation in environments specially built for that purpose. such as factories or very specific parts of cities. As of now, its operation will actually be much simpler than expected. The set of elements located in a specific environment, such as a street, will be read through a series of sensors and radars attached to the vehicle itself. At the same time, the traffic lights and vehicles will be connected to each other through the 6G network and will also be able to communicate with each other. In this way, a more precise digital image is created and a complete map of the environment in which they are located is digitally visualized. The 6G ICAS-4 mobility project aims for vehicles to send their different readings to the cloud and for everyone else to access this data individually. This will be of great help in the event of an accident. For example, since the cars involved in the collision will be avoided by the other drivers, who in turn will be able to find an alternative route so as not to congest the surroundings. Over the next 3 years, Bosch will continue to develop the foundations of this technology in order to implement it in future electric and autonomous cars. Their goal is to do so by the end of this decade or in the early 2030s. However, to achieve this they will need not only for the vehicles that move through any given environment to have this technology incorporated, but also for other elements or at least parts of the driving paths to include it as well. For this reason, the company estimates that the first places where these features can be adopted will be, as mentioned before, closed environments such as factories or places without access to outside traffic, such as specific neighborhoods. To achieve this, the use and exchange of data between vehicles and the environment will be crucial. This technology also contemplates the so-called lateral link, where one vehicle provides coverage to another in the event of a lack of network connection. Currently, the investigation of 6G connections is leading to multi-million-dollar investments by private companies and public bodies. The government of Germany has already allocated a total of €700 million until the year 2025 for this purpose alone. The European Union, for its part, also did the same in 2021, investing €900 million until 2027. Globally, other countries are also making large investments, such as the United States, Japan, South Korea and China. Experts predict that 6G will start reaching users by the year 2028. It is clear that Bosch has taken a giant step in the development of 6G technology. Through 6G ICAS-4 mobility, the company clearly aims to become a pioneer in the world of autonomous vehicles, providing a more secure and connected driving experience to all. Source: reposted and summarized from Nicholas Caballero at Talk News. My take: today's tech is moving so fast, it's hard to keep up with it. Tesla announces 2-week full self-driving ban to combat inattentiveness. January 10, 2023. Tesla has announced a new penalty for inattentive drivers in its latest over-the-air software update. A 2-week ban from using the full self-driving beta will be levied against any driver who experiences 5 forced autopilot disengagements, which occurs when the system automatically disengages for the remainder of a trip after giving the driver numerous audible and visual warnings to stay attentive. The 2022.44.30.5 software update release notes state: full self-driving beta suspension for maximum safety and accountability. Use of full self-driving beta will be suspended if improper usage is detected. Improper usage is when you, or another driver of your vehicle, receive 5 U2018 forced autopilot disengagements. A disengagement is when the autopilot system disengages for the remainder of a trip after the driver receives several audio and visual warnings for inattentiveness. Driver-initiated disengagements do not count as improper usage and are expected from the driver. Keep your hands on the wheel and remain attentive at all times. Use of any handheld devices while using autopilot is not allowed. The FSD beta feature can only be removed per this suspension method, and it will be unavailable for approximately 2 weeks. Does a 2-week ban from using a feature you paid up to $15,000 for sound harsh? Believe it or not, this punishment is more lenient than it was before. Prior to the new penalty, Tesla would remove users from the full self-driving beta without any direction on when they might be reinstated. It could be weeks or it could be many months, and it was entirely at Tesla's discretion. At least now the company has codified its penalty procedure into something explicit that will be applied consistently to all FSD beta members. Is FSD really full self-driving? California bans Tesla from marketing its EVs as full self-driving. Tesla's EVs may figure out if you're using devices to cheat autopilot. It's important to remember that, despite its name, which is now illegal in California, Tesla's full self-driving beta is not actually self-driving tech. At best it's level 2 on the Society of Automotive Engineers scale of driving automation, which is still classified as a support system that requires a driver's full attention at all times. Currently there are no vehicles on sale in the United States that are level 3, which is the lowest bar on the SAE's 5-level scale for being called autonomous. Source: reposted and summarized from John Neff at InsideEVS.com. My take: this sounds like a good plan to snap some people back to being more safe. Tesla Cybertruck coming as Giga press shipments arrive at Giga, Texas. January 10, 2023. Thanks to highly active Tesla Giga Texas watcher and drone operator Joe Techmeyer via Tesla RT, we now know that at least 4 huge shipments arrived from IDRA recently. Techmeyer produces videos of the happenings around Tesla's Austin factory and also invests himself in learning what's underway. He recently posted that more packages with Cybertruck Giga press parts have been delivered. For those who may be unaware, IDRA is the company that makes the large die casting machines that Tesla uses to create body megacasts for the Model Y crossover. These machines help streamline and speed up production, make the vehicles more durable, and allow the battery pack to be built right into the EV's frame. In order to build the Tesla Cybertruck, the automaker will need to use the same type of die casting machine. Though the units that will stamp out electric truck parts are significantly more massive than those used for the Model Y, Techmeyer has been reporting every time he notices what appears to be an IDRA Giga press or related parts arriving at Giga, Texas. With the Tesla Cybertruck already in the tooling stages of production, along with promises of its coming to market this year, it makes sense that Tesla would be getting the machines in place. Check out Techmeyer's tweet, along with the related footage in the video at the top of the page. Even though the Cybertruck isn't expected until much later in 2023, and high-volume production won't likely be underway until 2024. The process of installing and testing equipment is expected to take plenty of time. Tesla will get the machines in place, ensure that everything is working properly, and build and test pre-production Cybertruck units far ahead of starting official production. Tesla has over 1.6 million pre-orders for the Cybertruck. And even though it will start production soon, there's no plan to make a massive number of electric trucks anytime soon. People have been waiting years for their Cybertruck, and many will likely have to wait for a few more before their truck actually arrives. In addition, we still don't have many details about the final production version of the truck or the prices. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at InsideEVS.com. My take: get excited. The Cybertruck is almost here.